The epic and unbeatable at Scrabble. The Nerds with Attitude!
Welcome to the N.W.A, where we talk about all things nerdy, video games, movies, TV shows, what have you. If it's considered nerdy, we're going to talk about it. Today's discussion, we are talking about a video game, as a matter. I am joined, it's only two of us this time. I'm joined by my good friend, Animus Prime, JR. Say what's up to the people.
What is up to the people?
Oh, don't do this.
Walt didn't do it right. I'm going to do it right.
Fair enough. And I am the artist supreme, Isaac. It is just me and JR this time because we have a special, well, special for both of us, video game that we played a couple months ago, I would say. It is called The Messenger. It is on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, I believe. I believe it is also on Steam and Switch, if I remember correctly. It is a 8-bit and 16-bit side-scrolling Ninja Gaiden type of retro game. What else to say about it before we get into it? Well, I guess we could just jump right into it. I guess we could start first with the important thing, the visuals of this game. Gorgeous.
Yeah, it really is.
By the way, as we're getting into this discussion, we will probably get into spoilers. So if you haven't played it, I highly suggest you go play it. I bought it for $5 on the PlayStation Store. I don't know if it's still $5. You might get lucky. But check all the platforms, get it. It's a 2-year-old game. It came out 2 years ago. But yes, The Messenger. Alright. The visuals. It's very retro. Super retro. It's got like, I would say Shovel Knight looking visuals, I guess.
A little bit. Like, it's not as well, the art style's not as cartoony as like Shovel Knight, but it has like the same type of gameplay premise to it.
Right. But this one is it's more, I would say it's more open-ended than Shovel Knight is, where like Shovel Knight had its own, world map like Mario and such. The Messenger is definitely, I guess, quote unquote open world.
It's Metrovania. It's more Metrovania than
Metroidvania. Like, that's right. I was looking for the word and I couldn't remember what it was called.
There's a word for
it.
It's a word.
Yes, there is. Thank you. I'm glad you knew it. I'm the host and I didn't know the word. It sucked. But yeah, the game's gorgeous. And I guess this is already a quick spoiler. It's in 8-bit, and then as you go through the game, something in the story happens and it turns 16-bit, so everything looks even better than it did before.
So you're starting it out as like playing it NES style, and then you're playing Super NES style.
Yes, pretty much, yeah. And it's I thought it was going to be visually jarring to jump, because you jump through the stages. There's certain points of access that you need to be in 16-bit for, and that you need to be in 8-bit form. So you freely jump between those two bit forms in the game. I thought it was going to be jarring, but actually not that bad. It looks great.
Yeah, they really made it work, and it really helped when it comes to like puzzle solving.
Right.
Because there's like certain sections where there would be like these portals where it switches on like that area to 8-bit and 16-bit, like on the fly.
It's so much fun to look at. There was never really a dull moment while we were playing this game.
Yeah, like every moment was so enjoyable, especially like the characters.
Oh, yes. Let's get into the characters, because the characters, there's not one bad character in this game. They're all awesome. They're great.
The way it starts out is it's kind of, it seemed generic. Like you're going through the story like he's prophesized to carry this messenger to like a specific location, but then when you go through the game and you encounter new characters, you get a feel that something is very different. Like they're more like self-aware. It kind of, I love it when games like that are kind of self-aware, but they don't make it like they don't make it annoying. They do not make it annoying. They actually like have fun with it, and it's very pleasing to me. it's just so hilarious to me.
Specifically, the shopkeeper.
Oh my god, the shopkeeper.
There will be footage playing throughout this video. I made sure to capture some gameplay footage, and you'll see the shopkeeper in at least one of the clips. He is one of the funniest video game characters I've ever encountered. He's so snarky all the time. It's just,
I can attest to that.
What was the one thing he said? He asked. They were on top of the mountain, and the messenger was like, "So, how high do you think I am?" And he goes, "What did he say?"
So, how high do you think we are? I think it was like in general, or
like, yeah, in general. And then the messenger was like, just ... He says, "Oh, geographically. Oh, okay." Geographically. He's great. He's so funny. Yeah, the shopkeeper is definitely a huge highlight of this game.
Like every conversation with him is always like something new. When you progress through the game, like and he also has when you're talking to him, you can also listen to a story that he tells, and and most of the time they're never like the same story. Like it's very like going through the game, you can hear like one new story after another, and it's very, and each story has like they're really well written or good stories. Mm-hmm. Like they have a message, but then all of a sudden he kind of like dismisses the message with a snarky one-liner.
Right. Because the messenger will be like, "Oh, so with that story you're saying this and this, and this is supposed to mean this," and the shopkeeper's like, "No, I was just telling you a story. What are you talking about?"
I remember the one, like he was talking about, I shouldn't really say like what the whole story, well it doesn't, it shouldn't, but it was like the werewolf and turns out to be like a werewolf hunter's bride. And at the very end, the shopkeeper was like, "I'm trying to figure out a name for this, though." And the messenger was like, "Oh, how about the werewolf's bride?" Wait, no. Was it the werewolf bride? The werewolf.
I think
bride.
it was like the werewolf bride. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the werewolf bride, and the shopkeeper was like, "Huh? Yeah, that's a good name." If it didn't, really, no, it completely ruins the spoiler. It completely spoils the whole story. I'm like,
Yeah. He's great. And then the two ogres, Kalos and Seuss.
Oh yeah, the boss fights. Right. They also have.
Which I guess we can talk about gameplay since we're going into boss fight.
I mean, we can talk about both because some of them are actually pretty funny, like Ruxton.
Yes. Ruxton, my favorite character in this entire game.
Besides the shopkeeper.
Oh man! Besides the shopkeeper. Ruxton is definitely also a big highlight. I think I took a video of his boss fight as well, so you'll see why, you beautiful listener, you'll see why I like him so much. He's such a joy to watch and to be around. Yeah, Ruxton, Kolos and Seuss. Who else? Manfred. Oh, Manfred.
I remember the first time you played that fight and you heard Manfred and you just started wheezing.
I was crying. I was like, I was not expecting him to have such a normal yet dignified name for a dragon, and he's like, "Yeah, my dream is to be a butler one day." I was like, "You're a dragon, though."
A dragon can't have dreams? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's not that he can't have dreams. I just didn't expect his dream to be a butler. It's just, and that's, that's the small.
You don't want him to buttle on your house?
No. Well, look, if I had a dragon butler, I don't know if I would complain. That would be dope.
Okay.
Especially if it was Manfred. Manfred would be great.
Manfred's a sweetheart.
Manfred is an absolute. Let's see. Gameplay. There's I believe the mechanic is called the Cloud Step, if I remember correctly, where it's very simple. There's a jump button and there's a strike button, I guess is what I call it. Throughout the game, you get more upgrades, such as like a flight suit, I believe a grappling hook also. But square is your sword strike, X is to jump, O is your grapple hook, and triangle is something, I think. I can't remember. Triangle's the shuriken, that's right.
Yeah, the shuriken.
But the Cloud Step, for those wondering, is you jump, you strike something, and in mid-air, because you struck something, you get an extra jump, and you can do that as many times as you keep striking something in the air. So it's
so you basically get infinite jump as long as you're hitting something.
Right. It's a good traversal item, or it's a good traversal technique. It's also a good boss fight cheat a lot of the time. Because all you have to do is stay on top of some of the boss's head and keep doing that, and you'll be fine.
As long as you don't get hit like out.
Yeah, most of the bosses also have something specifically to get you away from doing that kind of thing, which I guess is also something part of gameplay. This game's hard. Good lord.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this game is hard. I mean, it's not like, you know, I was gonna say it's not frustratingly hard, but that's a lie because I threw my controller a couple times. So,
I remember the first time I was playing it, it was like very jarring to me doing the cloud step. Because
yes.
I've always been so used to a double jump being like the first thing that you would have, and not have that, but actually having to jump and then strike and then jump. It's just like one step too many for me.
Yeah,
but it keeps it fresh. It keeps the gameplay fresh, and that's honestly all you could do for this type of game. Like if it only had like a double jump, it kind of defeats the purpose of it.
Yeah, I would say so, because they make you work for the double jump.
Right. So it makes me glad that they did something like that. Make something unique like that.
And all the stages are very unique.
Right.
They all have their own like puzzle structure, stage structure, their own enemies. I guess here's the big question: what was your favorite stage? Which, for the people listening, this game in particular is something kind of special because this was a game that JR and I got to we got to experience it at the same time for the first time, which that doesn't happen as much as I wish it would nowadays, because one or both of us have played something and then we want to show the other. But this one, we both, we sat down and played it at the same time, so we got to, deal with everything, and it was great. So, what was your favorite stage?
My favorite stage would... Like, you played most of it more than I did, to be honest.
Yeah.
And, I think my favorite stage is, like, near the beginning, the Bamboo Boogaloo.
Oh. Yeah.
I just love how colorful it was and how, like, very in theme with the whole ninja aspect of it. Then later on it gets kind of crazy from there, which I don't mind, but it's the Bamboo Boogaloo that really like stands out for me personally.
That is a great stage, and that was my favorite stage for a little bit. And then the mushroom place showed up, and that place I was like, oh, this is it. That's the best stage. What's it called? The Quill Shroom Forest, I believe it's called.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
Which I guess will also take us into the next topic, and the topic that we've been kind of waiting for since we started talking about this.
Wait. Let me ask you a quick question that also involves the stages. Like, which is the hardest?
I might have to go with the Underworld.
The Underworld?
It took me a while down there to get used to the stage because there's so many hazards in that particular stage compared to all the other ones. It's either that one or the ruins, like the Sky Ruins. Because there's a lot of places to just fall there, which sucks.
Yeah, for me, like I said, I didn't play as much as Isaac did, but shit, what was it? I guess I could just name any random stage because, like, seeing Isaac go through it the first time, I kind of had a feel about what the stages were like, and it was kind of easier for me to traverse through. I wouldn't say easier. I still died like a good few times, but But
the thing with JR is the fact that when he watches me play, he figures things out better than I do. I'm reckless, so I fall and die like in the dumbest places, and then he makes sure he doesn't die in those places. So
like I'm very calculated with my gameplay, which to others may seem kind of boring, like I'm waiting out certain hazards. I'm just trying to not die as much as possible. Well, this guy is just like jumping around like a fucking jackrabbit over here.
I get frantic. I can't help it. I'm a scared gamer.
I guess I would also say the most that I've died, I think, would be the catacombs. I think it was the catacombs. Like, it's been a while since I played the
crazy.
game. Yeah.
So
you were going to the next thing, which I'm pretty sure I know what it was.
You know what it is. The music in this game is godlike. And as a special treat, I'm going to make sure this is in the description for all you people. I'm going to include a link to a playlist on Spotify, if you have Spotify, of the game's soundtrack. 2 soundtracks. Because there's one soundtrack in 8-bit and there's one soundtrack in 16-bit. It's the same songs for the most part, and one sounds 8-bit, one sounds 16-bit. Both of them are incredible. So there will be a link in the description to that playlist if you want to listen to it. But yeah, here's the big question: what's your favorite song?
I got 2, and they're both, I would say, both of them are in 8-bit. Like, one of them is in 16-bit, the other is in 8-bit. It was the 8-bit version of the cloud stage, like Among the Clouds. I like, it's the stage that you start like right after you go to, when you first go to 16-bit, and then that music starts. But when you go back as 18-bit, I don't know what it is. I just love the 8-bit riff to it.
Right.
Like, it sounds more like it sounds more intense in 8-bit than it does in like 16-bit. Because in 16-bit, it's kind of like too twangy for me.
Yeah.
More than I like. The other one was the 16-bit version of the Quill Shroom Forest.
Oh.
Okay. One reason why I love the music, and it also has to do with the stage itself. In the stage, in the background, I first noticed, it took us so long to notice this. I was the first one to notice this. Like, while I was playing through it. Like, the first time I was playing through it, I noticed there are these mushroom faces, like, in the background. Like, they're not enemies or anything. They're just there to light the way. And when you look at the faces, there's actually a part in the music where it sounds like they're singing, and that's when the mushroom faces are singing along to it. And I'm like, oh my god, that's great attention to detail.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's awesome. That's so great. Yeah, and I like the 16-bit version because it sounds like there's like more to it. With the part that they're singing, like it really felt like very epic at that moment, and I loved it.
Yeah. see. Yeah, the Cool Shroom Forest is definitely my favorite. 16-bit. But also the Bamboo Boogaloo. I don't know. I don't know really if I like the 16-bit or the 8-bit version more. But that one, the first time we were playing through the game, and I got to that stage, that was one of those moments where I just had to stop and sit still for a while. I was like, "Oh, this song is great." Honestly,
there was a lot of moments
listening. Yeah, for those of you who are listening, there's not one bad song in this whole sound. I would have to honestly say that. Another good one is, what is it called? I believe it's the Elemental Skylands level.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like when you're riding Manfred, like between the...
Yeah, when Manfred gives you a ride.
I vaguely remember the music, but I kind of know why you like it, because there's like a part of it that it goes like really hard, fast.
Yeah,
it's like a real headbanger.
The beat drop came in and kicked my ass. Yeah, that's basically what happened. Yeah, everything about this game is just incredible. It was definitely we played it this year, but it came out 2 years ago, and it's one of the best games I've played all year, which I feel like I've played a lot of games, and it's definitely one of the best. I heard, I don't know, I looked this up a while back. There was this, quote-unquote sequel, but it's actually a prequel to this game that they came out with.
Really?
Yes. But it's not in the same style. It's like a top-down RPG type thing.
Oh.
It's weird. Messenger. Cool. No, not. Oh, wait. I can't remember what it's called though.
Like, is it the same characters though?
I think it's telling the story of the first messenger.
Oh. That's just
if I remember correctly. Yeah. It's called Sea of Stars.
Huh.
Yeah. Initial release date 2022. So that's coming out. Well, I thought it was already out. Oh, they announced it. That's why.
Oh.
Okay. I played it just in time then. Wow. It is a turn-based RPG. Interesting.
Okay. I wouldn't mind.
So yeah, it's a prequel to the message. Which it should be. Look, at this point, the Messenger got me. So whatever else they want to do in this universe, I'm down for it. I don't even like turn-based RPGs, but I'd be willing to play it if this is that universe. I don't know what else to say. We're singing praises for this game because it's just it was surprising how fun it was.
Yeah. Like, what made you want to buy it in the first place?
I had seen a lot of YouTubers play it a while back. I think it was around the time that it came out. So it's like 2 years ago. It's been 2 years that I've been trying to buy this game, and I finally got around to it. As if I haven't had the chance to buy it since then. But yeah, I saw some YouTubers playing it, and then I think what really got me was I listened to some of the music, and I was like, this music's cool. But then it was the thing where somebody jumped in the water, and the music drowned out because he was underwater, and I was like, alright, I have to buy this. That's cool. And then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. You know, cut to 2 years later, I finally bought it. But I'm glad I did. I I definitely got it at a bargain. I think it's like $20 on the PlayStation Network, and I only paid $5.
You really took your time then.
I know. Strange. I also bought another 16-bit game at the same time, which I might do a review on. It's called Blasphemous, for those who are wondering.
I got him into that.
Yes, JR got me into that one. That one was him.
Yeah, and I've never finished that game either, which is weird.
That game is blisteringly hard, man.
Yeah, probably why I didn't stick around with it.
I don't blame you. Basically, this is the quick pitch. We're not even gonna do a full review of it right now. The quick pitch of it is side-scrolling Dark Souls based.
Yep,
for the most part. Yeah. And it has the difficulty to back that up, and it is so angering sometimes, but we're not going to talk about it.
He still has the nightmares.
You got anything else to say about The Messenger, man?
Messenger was awesome. I loved everything about it. It was well scripted. Like, the story was pretty good too. I don't think we went too deep on it, but I guess that's okay since I'm pretty sure this would get people to get into it. At least I'm hoping.
Trust us, the story is really good. I thought we were going to do spoilers, but halfway through I was like, no, I don't think we should tell them what goes on in this game.
We won't even tell them what was on the scroll.
Yeah.
We're not even going to tell you that.
Yeah, you just wait for that one.
Let's just say it's very surprising.
Super. But again, the soundtrack, I will be putting a link in the description to the playlist of all the songs from the game. And if that's everything, okay. What would you rate it out of 10 scrolls?
Oh jeez. I feel dirty if I say lower than a 10.
I know, right?
But I don't want to be like too biased over it. But
I'm good.
you know what? Fuck it. Let's say 10.
Yep. 10 scrolls.
Why even bother with
for
ranking?
both of us.
Why even bother rankings?
Yep.
Pointless.
This is a arguably perfect game. Go play it. You'll have fun with it. Hopefully. Of course.
If you don't, then you have no self.
Yep. I didn't say it. He did.
May God have mercy on your unspoken soul.